Ooh, yeah. It's Auntie Mickey's house. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. You're in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat, grab a seat. Come on in and hit that light, hit that light. Oh, you're at Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's house. Grab a seat, prop your feet. Let's sip some tea, sip that tea. Entertainment, news, and spirituality. From the culture to the fun, Auntie sets the tone. Sets the tone. With a laugh and a truth, she holds the throne. She holds the throne, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Come on in now. Auntie Mickey's house. Oh, Auntie's house. You're in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat, yeah, yeah. Come on in and hit that like, don't forget now. Auntie Mickey's house. She can roast with a smile, drop wisdom too. Break down the headlines, bring it straight to you. Straight to you, baby. Community strong, conversation grown. Real talk, baby. Auntie Mickey's house, make yourself at home, yeah. Come together, every voice is heard. Every voice, respect the vibe, let's share the word. Oh, yeah. From the jokes to the prayers, she keeps it real. Keeps it real. Auntie Mickey's house, that's the deal. That's the deal, baby. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. Oh yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. On in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat. Grab a seat. Come on in and hit the light. Hit the light, hit the light. You're at Auntie Mickey's. Yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's house. It's Auntie Mickey's house. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. You're in her house. You know you're in her house. Come on in and grab a seat. Grab a seat, come on in and hit that light. Hit that light. Oh, you're at Auntie Mickey's. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Auntie's house. Auntie's house. Auntie's house. Grab a seat, drop your feet, let's sip some tea. Sip that tea. Entertainment, news, and spirituality. From the culture to the fun, Auntie sets the tone. Sets the tone. With a laugh and a truth, she holds the throne. She holds the throne. Yeah. Auntie's house. Oh, Auntie's house. You know you're in a house. Come on in and grab a seat. Grab a seat, yeah. Come on in and hit that light. Hit that light. Don't forget. She can roast with a smile, drop wisdom too. Break down the headlines, bring it straight to you. Straight to you, baby. Community strong, conversation grown. Don't talk, baby. Auntie Mickey's house, make yourself at home, yeah. Come together, every voice is heard. Every voice, respect the vibe, let's share the word. To the press, she keeps it real. Keeps it real, keeps it real. That's the deal, that's the deal, baby. Yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house, oh yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Mickey's house, Auntie Mickey's house, Auntie Mickey's house.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Y'all, thank you so much for being patient. I don't know what happened with that first live. It just blacked out. I don't know what to say. But thank you guys for coming back. I appreciate you. Oh, goodness gracious. How y'all doing? How are you guys doing? As y'all can tell, I probably don't sound the same. I feel like shit right now. I don't feel good at all. But hey, it is what it is. I just had to come and do my job. It's my job. So I am here. Yes, LaWanda. Finally, we get started. I don't know what the heck that was. Everything just blacked out. My mic, everything just went poof. I don't know. It couldn't have been my Wi-Fi. If that's the case, then everything else would have went down too. So I don't know if it was a StreamYard issue. I don't know. I ain't gonna sit up here and try to lie because I don't know. Oh man, I wish it was that other shit. CC. Oh, that good shit. No, it wasn't that good shit. I got that nasty shit. I got that cold flu shit. Oh my goodness. But let me get some tissue. I know I'm not on camera because I don't want to be snotty. Oh, thank you, magnificent. Thank you. Oh, I don't like blowing my nose on channels and stuff. Oh my goodness. But anyway, you just got back on. Okay, sweetheart. I'm good. Hey, something happened weird. You know, weird stuff be happening up in this house. I don't know what to say. But again, I thank you guys for coming back because you didn't have to. You could have said, oh, well, the bitch just blacked out. Bye. Oh, my goodness. So welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Not much is going on other than this cold, this flu, whatever it is. I had to notify my parent that comes tomorrow not to bring the baby because I don't want to get the baby sick. And Unc is not going to be here. He's doing a funeral. So I just can't. I can't. I don't want to get the baby sick. So I hope she understands. I haven't heard from her, as a matter of fact. Where's my phone? I don't even know. I'll check my phone when I'm done. But anywho, I wanted to at least come in and give a couple of updates. Both for the David Celeste Hernandez case, and my 50 Cent Diddy, my 50 Cent Diddy update. And oh, by the way, I got another special treat. One of my favorite subscribers, and you guys, I love all y'all, but the OG in the house, Mr. Phillips, he sent me a clip of Archbishop Don Juan. Actually, it's the original OG's episode 2. And I know I'm supposed to be reporting on David and 50 Cent and Diddy and all that stuff, but you know, we some OGs up in this chat too. We are some OGs, and we can relate to this time era. You know, some folk thought it went away in the 70s. No, it did not. It did not. So this here is Mr. Well, first of all, let's get it clear. Mr. Phillips is the nephew of Archbishop Don Magic Juan. Okay. Yep, Chicago had the 50th Don Juan Ballers Ball last weekend. Yes. I pulled that video up yesterday. And because we are OGs up in here, we have to, we have We have an obligation to ourselves to look back and revel in the time that we came from. You know what I'm saying? So, without further ado, now this here is, like I said, Archbishop Don Juan and his mentor. Okay, hold on just a second. Let me share this clip with y'all. I don't think I'm gonna play the whole thing, but just a little icebreaker. You know what I'm saying? Hold on just a second. I love me some Archbishop Don Juan. Uh-oh, hold on just a second. There we go.
That was enough for me. I learned my lesson.
Right.
A lot of people don't learn their lesson. If you get a lesson, you're supposed to learn that lesson. And as best as you can, not repeat it.
Right.
If it wasn't a good lesson.
So hear what I say, for it is the truth you see. There can only be one, the original.
OG. 2 letters that define respect. Welcome to the original OGs. I created the original OGs to document the forgotten parts of American history. I want to recognize and give a voice to the men and women that have climbed to the top of their game. Believe me, the men and women that sit in front of this marquee have been authenticated as original OGs. My name is Mr. Rick. Welcome to my world, a world of the originals, the unique. Welcome to the original OGs. Welcome to the original OGs.
Ain't that some fly shit? Look at this brother right here. I'm sorry, I gotta jump in every now and then because I don't want to get hit with no copyright. But Lord have mercy. Let me turn this background music down before somebody complain about that. Shoot, because I got to hear what this OG got to say. Okay? Hold on just a minute.
And I'm your host, OG Mr. Rick.
OG Mr. Rick.
Today, we have a very special guest. This brother is very dear to my heart. I'm here today because of him. This show could not exist without him. He's been a mentor, a spiritual guide, a big brother, and a business partner. I take the time to say this right now because this is very dear to me. And today I'm going to introduce him to you. And I want to introduce him as a triple OG. We don't give that title out very much, but this brother is very deserving. He is none other than the Archbishop Don Magic Juan. Ain't a man.
God bless you, Mr. Rick.
Bless you.
Hey, now check this out. Barbara, I didn't go to the casino last night. Listen, I didn't go. But Satin, he does look like what T.I. would look like as an OG. I thought it was just me, but that was the first thing that came out of my head. He looks like an older T.I. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all agree that that brother looks like T.I. in about maybe 10 more, 15 more years. But the brothers is clean. And you know what? Look, Bishop, if it wasn't for Bishop, I don't know if Diddy would be the Diddy he is today. Let's be real about it. Bishop Don Juan done made some contributions to the later eras, not just back in the day. Oh, okay, it popped up. That's because that was a video I did. It was from another night. That was from 2 or 3 nights ago. That live. It didn't appear up until yesterday, Barbara. So no, I didn't go last night. I ain't going tonight either.
You, brother, and thank you.
Hey, thank you, man. I'm just glad to have this opportunity. Not only that, I'm just glad to be home to be able to
Yes, sir.
do this interview with you, and I'm thankful and just want to say hello out there to all of the rest of the OGs. It's been a journey.
Yes,
Yes,
it
sir. It's been a
has.
good one. You have paved the way for many, many people. You've been instrumental in many people's lives. You've saved marriages, you've saved careers, you've given opportunities. So that kind of places you in my mind. And I'm thinking a whole lot of other people's minds too, a cut above.
Well, the thing about it is, Mr. Rick, and you know me. I mean, when I meet somebody, when I'm dealing with somebody, I don't show them my strength. I show them theirs.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I always tell people I'm a team player, and I don't mind playing the background any kind of way if it support the situation. And I tell anybody, in order to become a leader, you first got to
Gotta
be
be
a
a great
servant.
follower.
Okay. And baby, if you in the room, I need you to get online and look for this jacket right here. I need you to look for that and order it ASAP. That can be your Christmas present. Oh my goodness.
You know what I mean? If you can't serve, how you expect to be served?
How you do that?
Yeah, so I know who I am. I know I can step up and be boastful, but I ain't trying to show you how strong I am. I want you to see how strong you is.
Yes, sir.
I want to bring the best out of you, and that's what I've been doing in life.
You definitely help bring the best out of me. I can say that.
And that's what I'm about, man. I ain't trying to let nobody think I'm no bigger than they are. And, I don't have to boast of it. I never say about who I am. I let other people boast and say that.
Yes, sir.
I do the thing to make them able to say that powerfully that, Don Juan, my man, yeah, he the best. And be able to say it knowing that I'm going to back it up because I'm going to do the best
every
I
time.
can.
Every
What
time.
I mean? Yeah. It's such an amazing journey, man. And I thank God every day. I thank him for the power that he has put in my name to where individuals are willing to pay that I make a showing that my presence is needed to be there.
Wow.
You know what I mean? That's such an anointing so strong that others can't even understand it.
But now check this out. It's true. The brother is the truth. He love his green, huh, Mister? Is that green or black? Oh, that is green. That is a deep. Oh, wow, that's a beautiful green and velvet. This brother. Now, how many other OGs can you just think of off the top of your head that's still relevant? Because this brother's still relevant out there. These young cats is following his lead. He's one of the OGs that are still relevant. I just had to throw that out there because I can't name none right off the top of my head, but I can definitely, yes, Forrest Green, I can definitely call this brother's name as one of the OGs from back in the day, original OGs. Okay, he's retired now. Well, he can keep on still going the way he going right now.
Those that have been close to me have been able to get some of the spill from my full cup without aggravation, without disrespect. I'm always a gentleman to my kind and my people, man.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I mean? I ain't never try to put nobody down. Like I said, I want to build us up because when I can't get up and you up, that gonna pull me up.
Yes,
and that's
sir.
what I always been about, team player, man.
Yeah, man. I did have the privilege of knowing your mother. I didn't have the privilege of knowing your father, but you've kind of shared those stories with me over the many, many years. And I want to talk about them for a minute. I want to talk about how she inspired you and most of all, what she came from.
Okay, so I'm going to save this video. We're going to get back to this at a later date because it's pretty long. It's over an hour or so. But I just had to pay tribute to the brother because, hey, he represents a time that we all came from. You understand what I'm saying? And the brother's clean as the what is it, the clean as the board of health. They both are. They both are. But anyway, let me just reduce this down because I do have other content I got to bring. But I had to pay tribute to Bishop Don Juan, my friend's uncle, Mr. Phillips. That's right. He sent this to me, and I promised myself, yep, I'm going to play this. I'm going to play this because we can all relate to that time. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, just getting back to what the real content for today was going to be. It's about updates, basically. And I'm not going to hold you long because I need to take my butt back to bed. David has an update. And 50 Cent, in my haste, I put 5 cents. I got to fix that. Let me see if I can fix that right now. Yeah, it ain't 5 cents. It's 50. 50 cents. Save them changes. Okay. So, anyway, there's David's updates and then 50 Cent's updates. Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and start with David. Apparently, there's an arrest on the horizon, and we're not sure. Really, Barbara? Well, he's all over the news. Well, he's all over TMZ. Hi, Retretta. And you know what? I'm sorry, I didn't get to shout out everybody. I got discombobulated at the beginning. But just shout out to everybody in the room. Thank you so much for coming back. Yeah, 5 cents, CC. That wasn't purposefully done. I didn't do that on purpose. That was by, mistake. But anyway, apparently, let's see. I think I reported to you earlier this week that Robert Morgenroth, who's David's day-to-day manager, they can be at some time though. Oh yeah, Retreader, I got this cold bad. I got it bad. So that's why I'm not gonna be long tonight, because I'm gonna get right back in that bed and try to regroup from whatever's trying to strike me down. But Robert Morgenroth, he's the one that the grand jury asked, why didn't he call the police? He met in front of the grand jury for about a good 3-4 hours. Okay. And then there's another individual, Josh Marshalls. He's the founder and CEO of Mogul Vision, which is the label that David is affiliated with. And Josh Marshall is also on the lease of the house or the mansion, whatever you want to call it. He's on the lease of that house. So these are two very important individuals to David, and they both work for the same company. So there's definitely a connection of some kind here. We don't know exactly what, but it remains to be seen. And we're just trying to keep on top of things just so we can understand what we hear and when we finally hear it, when it breaks out on the news. But yes, Robert Morgenthau actually spent a lot of time outside of It's Only a House, Not a Mansion. Okay, he lived there. So his name is not the only thing on the lease. But anyway, Mr. Morgenroth spent a lot of time with David outside of his music career. And he's the one that was 3 days before the grand jury. So, like I said, Robert's the one that the grand jury was grilling for 3 hours. And one of the things that they asked him was, why didn't you call the police? Now, whatever was said during that grand jury testimony has been kept under wraps for good reason. Okay. So apparently yesterday, they stepped out of the court that they were in, and just next door to the court is another court that handles contempt issues. And Morgan Roth and the DA that had been grilling him walked into that courtroom at the end of the day, and TMZ's reporter on the scene was asked to leave that court at that time, and they closed the doors behind him, and we don't know what was said. But there's something going on with this boy, this white dude that, that is his left-hand man, so to speak. And another thing is that Morgan Hoff's attorney is a woman by the name of Evan Guinness, I believe, who also represents another person attached to this case who didn't appear to the grand jury. I guess I don't know if they were called and didn't show or whatever the case may be. But I'm going to go ahead and play this clip so you can see exactly what TMZ is talking about. Because like I said the other day, dude is real pressed now. He's real pressed. He's good. He's good friends with Agnifilo. I always mispronounce his name. But Diddy's main not Diddy. Let me see, which one am I getting? Okay, David Koresh. Okay, that's the one. This is the one. I'm looking at two different videos. See, I told you I don't feel good. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let me share this with you. And he can tell you better than I what he's talking about here. Hold on just a second.
There is a gentleman who is on his third day minimum before the LA County grand jury that is listening to evidence in the case involving the death, LAPD says the murder of Celeste Rivas. And we know Singer David is the suspect here. The man that is testifying is his very close day-to-day manager, and that's the key thing there, day-to-day manager, because he knows a lot. Robert Morgenroth, we told you about Robert Morgenroth, is the man who been testifying for the grand jury. And at first you think, well, why is this manager of his tour, manager of his career? And really, he was involved. An executive. He was a general manager, we thought. Turns out at his record label, more than just the general manager. He is intimately involved in David's day-to-day life. Has been spent a lot of time around David outside of music. And there's another guy who's also connected and clearly in more than just a career way, and that is Josh Marshall, who has not been testifying for the grand jury. But as far as we know, Josh Marshall is the founder and CEO of Mogul Vision, the record.
Now, to date, as far as we know, Josh has not, to our knowledge, been called to testify to the grand jury. Let me just put that in there. What am I taking for my cold? Nothing right now. I'm about to take a whole bunch of stuff. I didn't take nothing before this show because I didn't want to fall asleep here. So anyway, here we go.
Label, David's record label. Josh Marshall is, you may have heard that name a couple of months ago when this whole mystery started, because his name is on the lease. He was leasing the house in the Hollywood Hills where David was living. And this is the house that the LAPD searched shortly after Celeste's body was found in David's Tesla near that house. And we are told by our law enforcement sources that house is very, very important evidence in their investigation into Celeste's death. Now, these two managers work for the same company. So you got this guy testifying before the grand jury, who is the co-manager with the guy that rented the house that David lived in, a house that plays big in this investigation. And the reason that this is
potentially critical here is, remember what we told you Robert Morgan Roth told his lawyer when he walked out of the grand jury
On Monday
in the hallway talking to his lawyer, when he said that the deputy DA had grilled him about not calling the police. Why didn't you call the police?
Yes, CC, Mucinex does rock, and Mucinex knocks me the hell out. But anyway, what do you guys want? I'm willing to take a bet. Well, I don't know. I won't take a bet. I know I gamble at the slot machines, but I don't know if I want to take a bet. But what y'all want to think that maybe this is the dude that might be arrested? Although they say that David is a suspect. Hi, Ron. How are you, love? Even though they say David is a suspect, it's like, okay, if he's a suspect, then why aren't you making a move? But this guy is even closer to David than we realized. Thank you, Millionaires Cove. I appreciate it. Yes, lemon and honey. Absolutely, you guys. Thank you so much. So I'm just wondering, I have a feeling that this dude, either he's going to be the one that they arrest or he's going to start talking, if you know what I'm saying.
And his response was, I didn't think it was my responsibility
To do that, and I just wanted to continue with the tour.
So whatever this is,
What is it he knew?
it involves a crime because you call the
Why
police
do you
when
call
there's a
the
crime.
police?
And the DA was aggressive with him, saying, why didn't you call the police? He said that she was aggressive. So when you don't call the police, it's something that's got to involve some kind of crime. We don't know what that is, but
taking all this together, what we're seeing is that the sort of the walls are closing in here, right? We know he's a suspect. We know David's a suspect. We know that his personal day-to-day manager is testifying before the grand jury
at least
for 3 days.
At least we don't know what happened on Friday.
We don't know what happened on Friday. We don't know what happened with the other manager as well. The walls are closing in on him. It's been a long time. It really has been. I mean, as much as we applaud the LAPD and the prosecutors for doing their job, it's been an enormous length of time between.
Okay, Barbara, thank you. Hodgman, not Hoffman. I misspelled. Thank you so much.
They discovered her body in his car, and now we're getting to the end of the grand jury, presumably the end of the grand jury. We
don't know. There's one other thing that's really important. Yesterday, at the end of the day, there is a court right next to where the grand jury is hearing evidence, and that court often handles contempt issues. The judge in that courtroom, I'm told, is responsible for kind of resolving fights between a witness and the DA, where maybe the DA asks a question, the witness doesn't want to answer or whatever. Both the DA and Morgan Roth walked into that courtroom at the end of the day yesterday. We have a reporter down there who was kicked out of that courtroom when they both walked in. So they were going to have some kind of a closed door meeting with the judge. I will just say, I know from history that the way this often goes down is the judge has to make a decision. Does a witness have to answer a question?
Right.
That's you, or
It does seem like
a contempt hearing.
The fact that our reporter was thrown out makes me feel like this had to do with the grand jury testimony.
Oh, it did. No,
which,
it 100% did.
Right, and the fact that the deputy went in with Morgan Roth.
When you go to the judge when you can't resolve something in the grand jury room, and here you have Morgan Roth and the DA going in at the same time, and then they close the doors on everybody.
So with that said, without them saying why he was in there, because it's a contempt court situation, and he went in there with the deputy DA. Are we of the same mind to think that maybe this is an attempt to get some information out of him by telling him that you could be held in contempt of court by not revealing what you really know? Whatever questions they asked him, he may not have cooperated. And this is just all speculation. That's all I'm saying. But for them to take him next door to a courtroom that deals with contempt of court immediately after testifying to the grand jury speaks volumes.
So he's a really important witness for this deputy DA. And again, we don't know when this is going to end, but it's clearly they're trying to close in on David. Right.
Deborah from Toronto, Ontario. Yeah, so it's definitely alarming that the executive or Morgan Roth, executive on David's team, felt like he didn't need to call the police because it didn't feel like it was his responsibility. I feel like that was very alarming, especially since it involves a minor. I mean, if you find someone's dead body in your client's vehicle, I mean, your first response should be to call the authority. But the fact that that was not done really raises a lot of serious questions, even though it may or may not prove any guilt, but it does damage a lot of trust, and it further proves that this investigation, in my opinion, is far from over.
Well, we should say you just made a bit of an assumption there that that's the thing that he didn't call the police about. We don't know. I understand why you might think that's what it was related to, but we really don't know at this point.
I want to make one other point, and then we'll move on, is that in a lot of these cases where there are multiple people involved and there's a question, and I'm not saying with him, but with Morgan Roth, but I'm saying that when there are multiple witnesses and a DA feels, well, there might be culpability other than on the suspect, they often offer immunity in return for their testimony. Right. And so don't count that out here.
That's exactly what I was just saying. I think they're trying to strike some kind of a deal with him because he was closest to David and he followed David's lead, allegedly. I want to go on tour. They felt that the tour was more important. Absolutely, Sarah. Those managers had access to his car. And here's the other thing. If you guys ever watch Tisa Tells, she did a video yesterday that was very eye-opening. She said that, he couldn't afford to be connected to this minor. So he struck up another relationship with this Asian girl. I don't have her name, but she's a big star over there in Japan, if I'm not mistaken. And her brother is also another big star. And suddenly you see these two together in public and you see less of Celeste and less. It's almost like she was erased. And during the time that she was being erased is the time that she disappeared. And I'm sure that unbeknownst to that other young lady who was a grown woman, okay, the fact that she's a grown woman, he disassociated himself with this young girl for the sake of his popularity. Because God forbid it really gets out, especially overseas. They ain't down with the messing with the minors thing. They ain't down with that. So what better way to conceal what you've been doing than to start up a new relationship with someone? Hello, Anne. Start up a new relationship and make it very public and make it very loving and all those things. And this is a grown woman on top of it. Someone that can take some of the pressure off, some of the attention off of Celeste. Millionaire's Cove, that's another thing. Or could it be they are setting David up for whatever reason to send a message? But who would be setting him up? Are you talking about the grand jury, the other court? There's so many small pieces to this thing that have not come together yet. But it is very conceivable that at the behest of his manager is, man, you got to disassociate yourself from this girl. Because this guy, Rob, the guy that went into the contempt of, to the court next door, he lived in that house she was living there at the same time as him. So he knew about her. He knew she was a minor. So There's a lot this dude ain't saying, but it's his job to protect David. What better way to concoct some kind of a narrative that the public would take that would eventually erase this minor out of the picture? And now she's gone. So that's something to consider. And I think all of that will eventually come out in the wash.
Governor Gavin Newsom.
We don't want to hear about him. So yeah, that's the most interesting thing I can think of in terms of David's nonchalantness about all this. Never to come back. Exactly. This girl was they disappeared her. Oh, she's a runaway. Nobody'll ever miss her. Tracy says, Auntie, this baby was targeted. This was a ritualistic homicide. She viewed a lot of stuff done by David. His last album shows what they were planning to do. This dude was supposed to get rid of the body. I wouldn't be surprised. There's so many different small pieces to this that are questionable. David definitely didn't do it by his damn self. They can't hold him accountable by himself. He had to have help. What better way to get to the big guy than to go to guy number 2 and say, look, we got enough on you. And if you don't turn state's evidence toward us, we gonna put you in line with him. That's how they operate. That's exactly how they operate. So, put your ideas in the chat. I'm interested in what you think could be a possible scenario. But personally, I think, of course, I think that this guy, this Rob dude, is definitely behind it. Exactly, Ron. And that seems to be a big thing in the industry. We saw that happen with Diddy. How he would put his crimes right there in his music. What's to say that this didn't happen either? What's to say that this here didn't happen either? Sometimes they get so big they think they're untouchable. LaWanda, who knows? They're keeping a lot of stuff under wraps. They've got a lot of stuff under wraps that they're holding a lot of information close, real close. And it's just a matter of time. And it ain't gonna be much time. Not much more. You let them put the pressure on that boy, that white boy. You let them put the pressure on him and he gonna sing like a bird. Yeah, they don't even know what her cause of death was. And the other thing that gets me is that now we've got the Los Angeles Police Department at odds with the medical examiner. The medical examiner said that her body was partially frozen. Now, why would it be partially frozen? Why? Because they put it in a freezer, maybe? Why were her fingers waterlogged? Why were her fingers waterlogged? If she had been in that vehicle for that length of time or longer, where'd the water come from? But if you froze her and that ice melts, of course they're going to find some kind of waterlogged evidence on her. Waterlogged means that her fingers were swollen with water. They were literally waterlogged. It's like how can I put this? Let's just say you That's a possibility too. CC drowned. They had to put her body somewhere sooner. If her body was partially frozen, it was partially frozen, number one, because it thawed out partially from the time it sat in the trunk of that car until the time she was discovered. That's point number one. But how long was she dead before they put her in the trunk? That's the question. Because they can't find out when she died and how she died. She's just a runaway. She's just a runaway. Ain't nobody gonna miss her. And again, I still look at her family side-eyed too. You're responsible too. You're responsible too. Your daughter is your responsibility. I don't care how many times she leaves. Exactly, LaWanda. She had to be. And how long, we don't know. If you keep somebody on ice, absolutely. Absolutely, Sarah. So she may have been, absolutely. And we don't know. But the fact is that the medical examiner said that her body was found partially frozen, and the Los Angeles Police Department said no, they didn't. No, she wasn't. Now we got these two departments at odds. It just doesn't make sense to me. What are you doing? What are you covering up, Los Angeles Police Department? Or are you trying to cover your shoddy police work? What is it? And you know what, Barbara? That's probably the case. That right there. For the fact that her body was so badly decomposed. That doesn't happen over a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Man, Tracy, for real. That includes being on ice. What happens to your hamburger meat when you put it in the freezer, when you get it from the store, even though it's not frozen when you put it at the store, when you get it from the store, but when you bring it home and you put it in the freezer, what happens? It freezes solid. It freezes solid. So again, this story is not going to go away anytime soon. It's not going away anytime soon. But there is an arrest down the pike, very, very soon down the pike. And, David is the biggest suspect, but trust me, he ain't going to be by himself. Not by a long shot. Yes, Sarah, she was in contact with her family. And that's the other thing. They need to be held culpable too. If the mother continued to report that she was living with this guy and nothing was done, they didn't make a move on it, then there's a lot of people to be held responsible to this. That's what I think. That's what I think. But as a family, y'all knew where she was at. Y'all knew where she was at. And it's sad. There's a lot of grown folks that did not protect this girl. I thought they said there may be evidence proving she was kept in a freezer. I didn't hear that, but I do know that the medical examiner doubled down. They doubled down even after the police said No, she wasn't partially frozen. They doubled down and said the hell she wasn't. Yes, she was. Now we got two departments at odds about the condition of her body. Who's hiding what? Who's hiding what? Yeah. This is sad, but I hope that enough people keep screaming it from the rooftops to give this girl justice. There's a lot of grown folks that need to be held accountable. Damn that, oh, she was just a runaway. Well, I'm sorry. I have two boys, and when they were growing up, if they spent too much time away from home, I was out there. Where the hell are you? Get your ass at home. Get your ass at home. Especially with a girl, you gotta be diligent with these girls, especially these young girls nowadays. But here we have this young girl who is starstruck. She very well could have been a good girl before all this. She could have still been a good girl when all this was going on. But here she is, a starstruck little girl. And this guy is interested in me. How many young ladies, how many women in the chat, just out of curiosity, how many women in the chat when you were a young girl and some older dude was interested in you, you felt like, wow, I'm special? Let's be honest. I'm only 13. And all these older dudes is trying to mac to me. Now, you may not have given them the time of day because you might have looked at them as a creep. Okay, Retretta, I'm here to tell you. But this young lady had a celebrity. A celebrity. Hey, our Ron, that could be a possibility. That part right there, Millionaire's Cove, and the family not doing their part with keeping her safe. That's the problem nowadays. Our parents, grandparents, they had a hold on us. We couldn't just go out there running amok. Absolutely, many girls. This is another cautionary tale. Don't get so starstruck over that celebrity dick. I'm just going to put it out there the way it is. Too many parents are allowing their girls to run amok. Okay, Mr. Phillips? Hey, Auntie, when I was in high school as a freshman, I dated the senior. But was she a minor? But you were a minor. Go on, Mr. Phillips. I knew you was an OG. I told you. But again, this is all about accountability for a young girl who a lot of people dropped the ball on her. A lot of people dropped the ball on her. Wasn't there when she needed them the most. And sometimes being their friend and not their parent is not what they need. Your children were not paid. They weren't put here to make a buck off of them, if that's what they were in it for. You had that child. You laid down and had that baby. And it's your responsibility to protect that baby at all costs. I don't give a damn if you're broke, busted, or disgusted. That's your child. If your child want to run them streets, whoop her ass. And tell her you love her afterwards. I'm telling you what worked for us. I'm just telling you what works for us. Nowadays, if you whoop their ass, you go to jail. But let me tell you, ain't nothing wrong with my boys. I stayed in that ass. You want to do what? Not on my watch. Not on my watch. This is how you raise your kids to protect their kids. But they get so starstruck when a celebrity's in the situation. They take exceptions. Oh, well, he is rich. Oh, we could benefit from their relationship. I know she's only 12. The fuck out of here. If he's interested in her now, what you think he gonna stay with her? He gonna find another minor when he's no longer interested in her. So what are you setting her up for? You setting her up for failure. Absolutely, Wanda. The law is why these kids are all out of hand. You can't whoop them and going on. Look, you can't whoop them. Sometimes you can't even half-past talk to them crazy. But I'm going to tell you what I told my boys. The day you decide to go to that phone and call the police on me, you better hope you make it to that phone. You better hope that cord don't go around your neck. You go on and call them if you want to. And they love me. My youngest son is deceased now, but look, my oldest son, he'll tell you right now, his parents didn't play. And he loves us and adores us and raises his child the same way. Now, he don't have to whoop him all the time and stuff like that, but guess what? He shows that boy a lot of love. Shows that boy a lot of love, and he's raising him in the way in which he should go. A lot of people done took God out of raising their kids. And I'm not saying we're all perfect, because ain't nan one of us perfect. But dadgummit, you better put God in their lives. Let them understand who their Redeemer is. Okay? Too afraid to run the streets, many girls. Too afraid. Because you don't know what you can get tied up in. Too much going on out there. And it's a respect factor. Absolutely. They respected you not to do stupid shit. Y'all, shoot, these folks got to get respect from them kids. And a kid is not going to respect a parent that lets them run amok. If you don't put a foot down, you're going to be putting some money down on a casket. Keep it or paying some money on their books, putting money on their books. But you're going to be paying one way or another. Put your foot down now, or you'll be putting some money down later. Shit, I'm so tired of these parents walking around here talking about, oh, well, we're good friends. No, that ain't your friend. That's your child. That's your child. Now, when he grows up or she grows up and she's of age and y'all want to go to the club and kick it, that's your business. But when they're a child, you have to protect them at all costs. At all costs. Absolutely, Millionaire Code. Too busy trying to be their friends. Too busy trying to be their friends. You're too old to be having a child as a friend. Y'all is on two totally different levels. You're a support system to that child, not their friend. These parents are not being involved in their kids' life as these days. They too busy trying to be their friends and doing their own thing. And that's part of the problem. If we're friends, I can still kick it when they're not around. Hey, Catherine. Okay, I done, let me get down off of my soapbox. Let me get off of my soapbox. I'm going to move on to this next segment. But y'all know what I'm talking about. We came from the same time. And I know that my grandparents, boy, they used to make me so mad. Mama won't let me do nothing. I thank God every damn day. I thank God for my grandparents being hard on me. I thank God they were hard on me. Because if they hadn't, I may not be here. And yeah, I've been through some shit in my life, but listen, they poured enough into me to know who my Redeemer is. Who do you think I got? Do you think I got on my knees to my mama or my daddy or grandparents or anything when I was trying to kick crack? Now, yeah, that heifer over there in Canada, she makes it a big joke. You're a crackhead, you're a crackhead. Bitch, first of all, that was 40 years ago. Talk about what you know, heifer. But let me tell you, I have a testimony because my grandmother took me to church every damn day and poured into me to understand who my Redeemer is. And if you run into some shit, guess who you can get on your knees to pray to? Not the doctor, not the social worker, not your teacher. You call on the man most high. And you ain't got to be perfect, but just have some kind of relationship with him in the event that you fall into them times that can't nobody else get you out but him. That's what the parents need to do as well. If you can't get a handle on your kids, you need to get on your damn knees and pray for some guidance on how to get your kids in line. Spare the rod, spoil the damn child. Let me stop. I'm going to stop now. I'm going to stop. Oh, Jesus. Moving on. Next, I'm going to go ahead and talk about, that got too doggone emotional for me. 50 Cent and Diddy. Now, 50 Cent went on the Sherry Shepherd show yesterday, I believe it was. And he did an interview with her, pretty much letting her know that he's got even more footage that was not in that first documentary. Okay? He's got a lot more footage. And at one point, he even said that, there probably could be a part 2. And I'm pretty sure, he's making the rounds. He's giving these interviews. 50 don't play. Now, 50 is one brother I can say in this business, in this industry, he don't play. He ain't playing. And he don't care what other people think. He don't care what Diddy think. He don't care what the press think. He don't care what the bloggers think, YouTube thinks, or anybody else. He can't stand Diddy. Here's the thing. I wonder if he's got some of Lil Rob's stuff. Lil Rob had that little lawsuit about to go too. Yes, he did. He said he might release it on YouTube, Millionaire's Code. Now, wouldn't that be a treat? Because he don't care. He don't care. He just wants it out there. And the thing about it is his footage that he's obtained, this is stuff that Diddy himself, this is self-incriminating information. He cannot even blame anybody about all this. Dude, you filmed it. You hired somebody to walk around and film you. He made a bad move when he didn't tell his own attorney that he was recording them on that conversation. And if you watch the video, if you watch the documentary, at the very first scene when Diddy is on the phone talking to his attorney, it was almost like he was performing for the camera. Put a 1 in the chat if you saw that, and did you recognize that? Did he not look like he was somewhat performing for the camera? Telling this attorney, man, we're losing. We're losing. And this attorney, thinking that he's talking to him in a private consultation, is being recorded. Luanda, you got to catch it. It's had over 21.8 million views so far. That was for the first 6 days. I'm sure it's getting close to 100,000. I'm sure by the time it's over with, when it dies down, over 100,000 views are going to happen off of this documentary. And in anticipation of a next one, Little Rod had some information. He had footage. And if I'm not mistaken, a couple of those pieces of footage were in the first documentary, from what I understand. How much do you think 50 Cent has obtained? Okay? So, the moral of the story is, number 1, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Number 2, don't let Diddy get on Diddy's bad side. Yes, it is the most watched Netflix show right now. Number 2 to, what was the name of that show? Damn. I used to know. Okay, I wrote it down somewhere. My grandson watches that thing. Stranger Things. It's number 2 to Stranger Things, season 5, second week. Absolutely, Mr. Phillips. That man has so much self-incriminating information on that footage that I'm sure Diddy is he's shitting bricks right now, as he should, because as far as I'm concerned, the prosecution screwed up from the very beginning. First of all, they should have charged him with some kind of domestic violence. When you've got a video of him beating the snot out of Cassie, and that's not domestic violence to you, they shouldn't have even tried with this RICO thing. Yes, it did. He did have a group of people, working on his behalf, but doggone it, don't you think when you have a RICO case, it's not just one person you're charging, but you're charging the whole organization and individuals in that organization as well. That was created for the mob. And when they dragged the mob into court, they didn't just drag the mob boss. They didn't just drag Tony Soprano into the courtroom. Now, I know I'm talking about a TV show, but I'm just saying, in terms of identifying, Tony Soprano had a crew. He had captains. He had people doing his dirty work, but when the shit got funky, they brought him into court, and there was others that were charged as well. That's how it worked for the mob. That's the thing right there. I'm just curious as to whether or not he's got some more of Lil Rod's stuff. That's right, Sarah. They didn't prove their case. They were too busy jumping the broom, so to speak. And this footage that 50 has, there was so much footage that he couldn't put it all in one documentary. That's a lot of footage. That's a lot of footage. So without further ado, let me pull this up. I'm going to share with you the portion of his interview with Sherry that just, pertains to this situation. Hold on just a second.
I want to congratulate you, 50. I want to congratulate you on your docuseries, Sean Combs, The Reckoning. It's number 1 on Netflix. Yeah. Like, it's been number 1 on Netflix. Did you actually expect it to be as big as it got?
I expected it to be bigger. It's actually exceeded my expectations now.
Wow.
Stranger Things is a huge show, and it's outperforming Stranger Things on Netflix.
It's outperforming everything.
Yeah.
You know, looking at this, I think you should start a private investigation firm. I'll be your first client. This 50 find out everything. Now,
you know what? She said a mouthful right there. If if 50 Cent really wanted to open a private investigative service, this is the man that could get it done. Because why? Because he don't care. He don't care. He want to get down to the giddy up. He want to get the giddy up and let the record show, and he will get it done.
You know, because this is a lot of the personal footage of Diddy. It shocked a lot of people. And I know, 50, the way you run, this cannot be all that you have. Is there other stuff that you just have not shown?
Yeah, well, everything couldn't make was 4 episodes.
Right.
So it was a lot. You had to pick and choose things. Like even in an area where he chooses to date people who he knows previously dated someone. He has a baby by a woman that was dating Tupac.
Wow.
To add to it, but we had to cut it down so it couldn't.
For time. So are you coming out? I know next year is going to be a number 2, season 2.
I just put it on YouTube.
I just put it on YouTube. Well, we can subscribe and get it. I love it. And you know, with everything that was out and all of these people that were coming forward, have there been any like new tips that you've gotten since it has been released?
Well, yeah, everyone starts to feel a little more comfortable when they see other people telling their truth about it.
The floodgates have opened, y'all. He just let it be known. Ever since this documentary came out, people are starting to come forward. People are coming forward because they feel more comfortable in giving more information. All he did was he just put the carrot out there and the rabbits came running. Don't be surprised. What he has now could be a part 2. But imagine some of the information that is going to come to him as a result of the documentary itself. The people that are going to be going to him with information that he may not even have, it's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's got to be something on YouTube coming. Yeah, I know. But you know, looking at the docuseries, and I just remember back in the day, 50, like rappers, if there was any beefs, they would have like diss tracks.
Yeah.
It would be the diss tracks. Now it's just like a docuseries. So I feel like am I the one getting older? It's a docuseries. So like if you have a beef, who's gonna be the next docuseries about?
Who's the next one? Let's see. Is it going to be Ja Rule? I heard Ja Rule is getting ready to do a docuseries on 50, I think it is. Ja Rule, take several seats, please. You can't touch the man, not right now. I'm sorry, Ja. Yes, CC. The people want to come forward because if they don't mitigate their own damage, they know 50 will put it out there anyway. Yeah, Oprah. Yep. Oprah might be the subject of the next docuseries because Oprah's hands ain't clean in everything either. Where's them girls in Africa? Where they at, Oprah? What happened to them? What'd you do with all that land you bought over there in Maui that burned up? What you doing with that land? See, this is stuff we ain't hearing about. Capitalizing off of other people's downfalls. Where's them African student girls? Where they at? Where they at? We don't hear nothing. Nothing. Put a 1 in the chat if you've heard anything more about her school in Africa. I know I'm kind of veering off from 50. He'll understand. Hopefully he'll do a documentary on her too. Put a 1 in the chat. Have you heard anything more about those girls over in Africa in that school? Because last I heard, they just kind of disappeared. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? Or are they being trafficked? Are they being trafficked, allegedly, Oprah? I'm just wondering. Because you like to come out as a humanitarian, and then you suddenly don't hear nothing more about it. I'm just curious. Documentary on Monique. It's still open. Okay. We sure don't hear much about it though. Absolutely, CC. We don't hear nothing about them. And not to mention, when Maui burned down, who was one of the first billionaires to go over there and start buying up cheap land? Oprah. I think Rock was one of them. I think he got tied up in the controversy as well. He ain't no billionaire, but she ran over there and started buying up land, burnt up land for pennies on the dollar. Let me go over here and capitalize on these people's misfortune. Minnie's girl said Ja Rule needs to sit down after that disaster Future Festival disaster he was behind. Yeah, John needs to have a seat. And plus, he got his ass whooped, and he trying to play it off like he didn't, and that's funny to me. He just got his ass whooped at Monica and Brandy's show in Chicago. Absolutely not, CC. And you can't get into that whole Oprah land in Hawaii. She gonna make sure you don't. Fire festival. I got some fire for him, all right. Got his ass whooped over there. Let me stop.
I don't think that's a good business plan to kind of go after each person specific. This one, the timing was, I knew what it was going to turn into.
Yeah.
And he refused to file bankruptcy.
He refused to file bankruptcy.
Well, yeah, because just his ego. I would have filed bankruptcy immediately. I don't mind bankruptcy.
Oh,
I'm not going to pay. I'm filing Chapter 11 so fast, your head's going to spin. I'll be back. You go, what happened? No, I'm just not going to pay.
All right. Yeah, that's the end of that commenting on the Diddy documentary. He went off into something else after that. But just stand by. Just keep your ears open, keep your eyes open, because I believe that there is definitely going to be some more coming out about Diddy. If 50 Cent hasn't proven anything else to us, he has proven that he is relentless. He is relentless on going after Diddy. And this is just part one. This is just part one of many more to come. At least one more to come. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, just keep your eyes and ears open. We know what time it is. Okay, what is going on now with this thing? This thing is tripping. Okay. Anyway, you guys, my head is swimming at this point. I think it's time that I take my behind to sleep. Go get in this bed, get me some Metamucil, some Melantus. I don't even know what I need to take. Some, what is that stuff called? Start with an M. It knocks you out. I got to go take some of that, some NyQuil, some something. Because this is no joke. It's starting to kick my butt. And I don't want to sit here and snot all over the rest of the live. So with that said, I appreciate you guys coming this evening. and listening to my sick behind. I definitely will Millionaire's Cove. Most definitely. Hold on, Retretta said, heard nothing. I did hear she could be trafficking somewhat, allegedly, but she is also a demon. You know, I spotted Oprah as being a demon a long time ago. When she stopped using God, when she wouldn't acknowledge the word God and referred to it as her higher power. I'm like, really? When did you just turn into one of them? Yes, CC, Mucinex, thank you. Yes, Minnie's Curls, you're right. Auntie Mickey, I can't stress enough that people get tested for COVID, even if it seems like a common cold. This also applies for just a dry cough. It does not present the same in everyone. You're absolutely right, sweetheart. And you know what? That's something I think I might check into tomorrow, is getting tested, because you never know. You never know. But I appreciate you guys. I really do. I appreciate all of your concern. I appreciate your blessings and all those things. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and end this live, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow if I'm feeling better. God bless y'all. Love you. Bye.
Hey there, my kinfolk, thanks for stopping by. Auntie Mickey's house, where we reach for the sky. Every comment and smile, you make my heart glow. Together we're strong, together we grow. From gossip to politics, we cover it all. Sharing laughs and thoughts, having a ball. Your support means everything that I know. Feels like family here in this sweet show. So let's keep it flowing, keep the love alive. Every moment together makes me thrive. You're more than viewers, you're my kinfolk. You see, my gratitude runs deep as the sea. Thank you for being here, for sharing your time with each comment, with each rhyme. You're my kinfolk, my family, my crew. So much love to all of you. Turn up the camera, let's make it bright. Your support lifts me up, takes flight.